Hi, we're Amber and Tony M. We bought a Canal boat in 2019, just before COVID, and this is the journey and adventures of our first trip back to France and to enjoy the beauty of the place. So this morning we're in Megène and we're off to see what the town has to offer. It's sort of been a little bit tricky for trying to find out anything about where anything is. So managed to find the church, so we'll go and have a look. Quite a different style of housing in this town. They're all into this sort of brick thing. It's quite different. So Megène hasn't really had much to offer us. Their tourism is a little lacking in telling you what's available and what's around. But we are down there in the port, just in there. And it's very pretty here, but the rest of the town doesn't really give us much information at all. So the next morning we decided we would leave Megène and go up to Chesney. We had spoken to a guy the night before while playing pétanque, and he had suggested there was a great swimming hole up there. So off we went. We went through a little beautiful place called Juani, I think it's how you pronounce it. We just were on a time limit because we were going in the opposite direction from where we had planned to go. But we will definitely get up there at some stage because it looked like a beautiful town as we're just coming into it here. So we're just coming off the canal and back onto the river. There's huge big locks, they are massive. Lots of water, but it's in the river. So the guys want to have a swim, so we're going to go out of here, up a little bit and then turn left. And there's a place for them to swim in the river, which would be nice. So we are at a little place called Chesney, which is just around the corner there. This is a big suspension bridge that you can see there. It's just a little side chute off the Yonne River, and we're just tied up to this little can't really see, berth, sort of in the wilderness, and the crew are going to go for a swim. They're mad.
Together.
We're going now.
Yeah, it's not cold.
No?
One man's cold and another man's
What?
roasting hot.
Go, Kimmy.
I'm a bit nervous.
Do you want your watch time?
Freezing.
3, 2, 1.
Use your goggles. No.
Cool. Swimming in the Yonne River in France. Woohoo! Rightio, off they go. We've got some guys fishing there. So while they'd been going swimming, I had sat on the boat and enjoyed the peace and quiet and done a lovely little watercolour. The next morning we were waiting at 9 o'clock at the lock, ready to go, as we had 12 locks and about 38 k's to travel to AUXERRE for that day, which is where we really wanted to get to. So the first lock is a massive big lock, but these ones are going off the river onto the canal as a diversion and then through onto the river again later on. The locks are open from 9 till 7 during the day and they close from 12 to 1 each day. So we knew we had till 7 o'clock that night to get through, but we thought it was going to be pushing it pretty close. Just coming into AUXERRE, woohoo! Oh my goodness, we made it! Holy smoke, we just absolutely burned the motor to get here. The last ecclesia is saying, "Vite, go fast, otherwise you won't get in." After an absolutely wonderful dinner at a local restaurant, we went for an evening walk. The lighting is just stunning in France in the night. The sky is that electric blue and the contrast of the beautiful warm stone is just magical. We woke to a beautiful misty warm morning. It was stunning. And another day of fantastic sightseeing. AUXERRE is a beautiful city, really old with lots of narrow streets and fantastic sights. Well worth going to visit. So we're just dropping Kim and Jim off to the train station this morning, which is very sad. Okay guys, just to give you the question, what was the best part about staying on the canal boat?
Well, just amazing getting on it for the first time and having to sleep on it. Although it was night, and then the next day, just seeing the villages as we passed by, and then the locks. I loved going into the locks. So that was good fun, good experience, new. And I suppose the highlight for me then was getting a wee swim. Even though it was a terrible night and rained and rained and rained, we had low supplies and everything was closed in Cézanne. But and then I loved AUXERRE. AUXERRE was just mind blowing. Like, you know, for a small city in France, it's just got so much history and architecture. Yeah.
What about you, Kim?
I loved the whole excitement of getting into the locks and doing the ropes and all the physical stuff involved with the boat, and then each of the new, looking at the locks, the beautiful ones. Some people had done so much trouble and made them pretty, and I mean that was the whole lock experience was great.
Kim, Jim, Tony and I caught the train up to Paris from AUXERRE, and that's where we left them. And our very good friend Jenny, who's coming to stay with us for 6 weeks, joined us. We picked her up from the train station and then went back to AUXERRE. One of the reasons we are here in AUXERRE is to get Waiheke, Jenny's boat, back in the water, which is a very daunting task for Jenny without Jeff. Jenny's boat is the same as our boat, so it makes it very easy for us to work on her. Unwrapping, woohoo! Seeing the light of day after 2.5 years. She's gorgeous. Wee Waiheke. Here you go. Let the cleaning begin. They also take all the taps off for the winterising so the pipes don't freeze. So there's Waiheke over there. Tony and Jenny are over there working away, cleaning it while I'm doing some editing. And she's looking pretty good. Much better than we thought, and can't wait till next year when Jenny can get out there and get using it. Here she is. They've been hard at it, making it lovely and clean and going through everything. Tone's been sorting out the same, they had the same leak as we have with the back step, so he's organised it to be draining straight through, which is really good. Been cleaning and checking it all out. While out on one of our walks, I came across a master gilding framing shop where it was just amazing. I could have stayed there for hours, but I managed to buy a 300-year-old hand-carved oak frame. Absolutely stunning. While walking through this cathedral, the organ was being tuned, so it was really quite an interesting thing to listen to. Oh my goodness, how lucky am I? I am sitting on my back of my boat in AUXERRE, and this is the view that I am getting to look at, and I'm going to be painting. It's just so beautiful. I am in heaven. I ended up moving inside as it was just a bit too hot sitting out in the midday sun on the back of the boat and just using my photos for reference. Just been and hired a car, a little wee car, and we're going to go to a brickhand market tomorrow. Our friends who we played petanque with the other day invited us to go brickhanting. They come off this beautiful boat called Vindy. On our way to the brickhand market, yippee! Oh. Taking us brickhanting.
This is worse.
So we have.
Hello, I'm Rob, and we've had a marvellous day with Amber today.
He's very much like Tom Cruise. I'm Brad Pitt. This is Nicole Kidman, and this is Elle Macpherson over here. We are a wonderful bunch of Aussies, and we're having a fat old time.
And we've got the producer of all times behind our friend, the producer.
Peter Spielberg.
Is Peter on the side here, and he's a marvellous fellow.
Peter Spielberg.
So that's it for this week. This is Vindy here. You can see she's a beautiful boat. We've had a fantastic day. I've got some really great little things that I've wrapped with that I've got at the Brickhand Market. And not too sure what next week's coming, what we're going to be doing, but it'll be an adventure, whatever it is. See you next week.